In this lecture, we are going to learn about engineering data application or say engineering data manager. Engineering data is nothing but software component with which you are going to manage all the material properties and all the materials that are available for analysis or simulation project. So in order to access engineering data, first drag the engineering data from component system. You can open engineering data by selecting and right click on engineering data and select edit, or you can double click on this engineering cell. Once you double click on the engineering cell, engineering data will open or engineering data module will open. Now you will see different toolboxes that are present on the left side of your screen, and then you have different windows that are present here. So the first one is the outline of the schematic. This section is the properties of the outline row. So here in this particular outline of the schematic, the materials that are right now available for the present project will be shown by default. In Ansys Workbench, structural steel is the material that is always defined as a default. So if you just open Ansys Workbench and if you don't define any other material, then project will be assigned with the structural steel by default. So here in this particular group, you are going to see what are all the materials that are available for the current analysis. Right now, as we can see, only structural steel is available for our current analysis. Then this shows the properties of whatever material that we have selected is going to be displayed. Now we are going to see how we can add a custom material. So in order to add a custom material or the material that is not present inside Ansys Workbench, just click on add new material. Once I click here and type whatever name I want to give, for example, write XYZ, rename this material and give some standard material name to it. And once I enter this particular name, it is showing a question mark beside it. So what happened is this particular software is given us caution that minimum basic properties are not present for this particular material. So what happens for any type of analysis, the minimum basic properties will be the density, Young modulus, and the Poisson's ratio of the material. So until you give these three properties, it will not be able to take away that question mark. So in order to specify different types of properties, you need to go to the toolbox. First, select the material, then go to toolbox and right click on density. Select include properties so that this particular property will be added in the properties outline. The material which I have specified is isotropic in nature. Generally, there are three natures of material. One is isotropic nature, autotrophic nature, as well as an isentropic nature. So here the material is isotropic in nature. So right click and select include properties. So that particular property will be added in the properties outline. Now I am going to include tensile yield and ultimate strength. Now you can specify the values of included properties in the properties outline window. Change Young modulus unit to megapascal and give value to Young modulus. Now specify Poisson's ratio. Similarly, specify remaining values. Once we specify all the engineering data, we can exit from the engineering data by just clicking on this project option. Again, go to engineering data and delete this custom material. Right click and delete. Now we are going to see how can we browse the engineering data libraries that are already present inside Ansys Workbench and to select material from pre-existing libraries. Whatever the engineering sources of libraries that are present inside Ansys Workbench can be accessible through this particular option known as an engineering data sources. So once I click on engineering data sources, I will have access to engineering library. Here you can see this checkbox is in blue color. This shows that this material is added to the outline of the schematic. Here you will find different libraries. We have access to the first library, that is the general material library. So if you want to add a general materials to your particular analysis, you just click on this channel materials. So once you click on this channel material, see this particular group which shows the outline of the general materials. It will show the materials that are present in this general material libraries. We have access to different materials. Now if I want to add a titanium alloy material, then I will click on this plus sign and this material will be added to the engineering data's outline of schematic. Now I will add magnesium alloy. Once you have finished adding your material, then you can just click on the engineering data sources to close the library. And now you can see that these materials are added to the outline of schematic. So this was the basic intro of engineering data source, and we will learn more about it in our upcoming lectures.